Okay. Are we live? I think we're live, people! Hey, everybody, it's Yu-Gi-Oh! Master 88 here, and welcome to the very first public unveiling / live installation of StormOS. The time has come, people. We promised you for weeks now that we would have some news. Well, here it is, folks. Today's the day. This is the public unveiling / live installation of StormOS. So, before I get started, invite the rest of the team in here. I just want to get some house cleaning done first. If you enjoy these live streams just as much as I do, then smash that like button, ring-a-ding that notification bell, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Just letting you all know, before I invite the team in here, the next Edo Pro Duel Night plus Open Chat is June 30th at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Also, this upcoming Saturday morning at around 10 or 11 will be an edition of the Linux Coffee House news show that I put on every now and then, so keep a lookout for that. As well as this Sunday, like between 12 p.m. and 2 p.m., will be a outdoors live stream, and the main topic for that outdoors live stream is my top 5 desktop environments for 2024. So keep a lookout for that. Other than that, I have nothing else to say at this current time, so I'm going to invite the rest of the StormOS team in here, and we will get started. Alright. Just invited the rest of the team in here. We'll get started in a few minutes, folks. Okay. Let me just make sure that audio is good on my end. So give me a minute, folks. Just need to do a quick audio check, just to make sure my audio's not being stupid, and it's not. Good. I see you, Red. Hold on just a minute, please. Okay. Just need to make a final adjustment. Alright. Alright, there you are, Red.
Publicly showing the developer's face?
For some reason, Red, I can't hear you. Did you configure your audio correctly? If you click settings and go to audio, you can adjust your microphone. Let me make sure it's not anything on my end as well. So give me a minute.
How about now?
Make sure that everything is going good.
How about now?
Ah, I see.
Can you hear me?
I see. Okay. Okay. Switch my speakers to my headphone speakers. Okay.
Testing.
I hear you now, Red. There you are.
Sweet deal.
Okay. Yeah, you sound okay, Red. You sound fine. Okay, now we're just waiting on Ben and Fish. I sent Ben the link. I don't know when
Yeah.
he's going to be in here. I'll give it at least 5 minutes before we get started.
Well, we both know enough about StormOS behind the scenes to know how to cover it.
Yeah, we do.
So, what are the topics you want me to try to avoid? You want me to talk about my program, like specifically when you reach me, or
Yeah.
up to?
When we get to the program, we'll reach you. But basically, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go through basically. We're not gonna go into too much detail, but
Don't tell them about the highlights.
we're gonna talk about your program, and I also want to go into like a small timeline of how long it's taken us to get to this particular point.
Yeah, mine is 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's taken us, several weeks, to.
I'll just say several weeks.
Yeah. Okay. I had to pretty much get the. I had to wake up the virtual machine.
Yeah.
Yeah. And to speed things up a little bit, this is basically an already installed one, so we don't have to deal with Calamaris, going into
Yeah.
this. So it's still a live installation. It's just we're dealing with an already installed system here. Just to make this stream go a little bit quicker. Because I know Ben has to get to his little bar gig tonight.
I have a NAMI meeting a little bit later on tonight. It's almost 6 o'clock. So yeah.
Yep. But
So I have a job interview tomorrow through Teams.
okay.
So I gotta cut all this, shave it down as much as I can.
Yep. Yeah. Actually, you know
It
what?
is.
Actually, you know what?
What?
Since this is a live installation after all, I don't think it's gonna hurt just to go through Calamars one more time, just to show people like how long it's taken us to get Calamars working. Just
Okay.
I think it would be only fair, because I did say live installation, so it's only fair. So I'm gonna shut this down, put that exact same ISO back, and we'll see what happens. I don't know when Ben is going to show up. Hopefully soon. I sent him the link.
Let me talk to him. Let me see. Oh, wait a minute. I never heard of it. What?
Okay, so... Okay, there we go. Alright, he just said okay.
Yeah.
Be right there. That's fine, Ben. That's fine. So what I want to do first is... okay, go inside here. Get this thing all up. No. I didn't say for you to do that. Hold on a minute. I know what I have to do. We're gonna power off the machine, and I gotta switch the hard drive and the optical drive around just so we can actually do this. So we're just gonna do a little swipey swipe. There we go. Oh, I see you, Ben. Hold on just a minute, please. Okay. There we go. That's what I wanted. Perfect. Okay, so...
Hey, Ben.
There you are, Ben.
I crashed out
Fall asleep?
a little bit, but I'm okay.
Yeah, you probably deserved it for a little bit.
Just a little.
Yeah. Anyway, welcome to the live installation, Benny boy.
Yo.
Okay, so basically what we're doing, folks, is I'm gonna give it about 2 more minutes, and we'll get started. I got a fresh VM basically spinning up right now. we're basically going to go through a process, folks. We're going to pretty much go through an installation, and while the installation goes on, we're going to basically not only give you a timeline of how long it's taken us to reach this point of finally getting this unveiling done, but we're also going to talk about the recorder program we have, plus a few other things. So that's what we're going to be doing, folks. So.
And I did pull up the chat, Ricky, so that way I can keep a little eye on it.
That's good of you, Ben. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right. Okay, so one other thing I want to mention, folks, before we get started is me and Ben do plan to be on the saloon this weekend. We've already basically allotted time for that, so expect us to be there. And as I was mentioning to the folks before you guys jumped in, Edo Pro Duel Night is this upcoming weekend, June 30th at 4 p.m. I also mentioned that this Saturday morning at around 10 basically, is a new edition of the Linux Coffee House news segment show that I put on every once in a while, where I basically talk to my live chat and go through some news articles. So that's how that show works. And then this Sunday, between like 12 and 2 p.m., I'll be on my mobile doing a outdoors live stream. And the main topic for that is my top 5 desktop environments for 2024. And I think you both can take a guess what one of those top 5 is already.
Yeah, XFC.
Of course. Of course. Okay. Alright. I think the 5 minutes has officially expired, folks. I'm going to not waste you guys' time because we do have plans this evening, so let's get going.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me go to my little window here. There's StormOS.
Let's get it on, boys.
Okay, so as you can see here, this is basically what it looks like, folks. It's taken us a long time to get to this point, folks. You have no idea how many weeks
upon weeks upon weeks.
Yeah, and I know, folks, from what you're seeing, the guest editions aren't installed immediately, but don't worry, it'll be taken care of through Calamaris. So, anyway, let's not waste time, folks. Let's click this
and the
little.
reason I didn't do that, guys, is because I didn't want to put in so much crap on the ISO. It was already getting heavy with the inclusion of the NVIDIA drivers, which we do have an option for that in the boot up. And I just didn't want to throw a boatload of drivers in there. But
Exactly. But rest assured, folks, we included in the Calamaris settings an option that you can toggle on in order to get the guest editions through the installation. So
right,
that's
VirtualBox itself, in case you did want to play around with something.
Exactly. We made sure, folks, that you're well taken care of. And also, this does work on both MBR and UEFI installations. So you don't have to worry.
Yeah, we made sure that's all taken care of, etc.
Yeah. But, while basically Calamaris is warming up here, we do want to let you all know that, effective immediately, we are going to be taking an extended break from development for a little while.
At least a month.
At least 1 month, and then we'll be back to work on perfecting the next version. So, but for now, I think me and the team have decided that we've done enough work already, and we need a break for a while, folks. Cause
when we come back, guys, we will be looking at the RC build and just, tweaking a few things and making sure it's all good to go.
Exactly. What we're gonna do, folks, is, as per usual, you all know my name is Yu-Gi-Oh! Master 88. And just like always, folks, in all my live installs, we're gonna use the super secret password that is not 1234.
No.
And then we're just gonna press the install. So, if you guys will indulge me for a bit, I want to take you all through a bit of a timeline of how we got up to this point. So,
Yeah.
long story short, folks, it pretty much started like a few months ago. Ben reached out to me saying he wanted to revive the project because for the last few years, StormOS, as you know, been on and off when in terms of development. So we got together, talked about our plans, and lo and behold, not long after that, we started working on the ISO, and it took several internal testing ISOs to get to this point because, oh dear folks, there were so many issues that we weren't aware of. Most importantly, the biggest issue is we figured out why Calamaris was broken the entire time. And folks, you won't believe what it is. It was so obvious and under our noses. Pretty much we're missing one little Qt package. I think
GTK2.
Exactly. We were missing that package, which when we figured that out, we were all three of us were beside ourselves because we figured this entire time it was that one package, that one little package that was holding us back from giving this to you guys. So we installed the package, made sure it works. Lo and behold, Calamaris is working without a little problem. So we fixed that. Then we pretty much had some problems with the StormOS recorder, which is basically Red's baby. He's basically been working hard on it, and we both have helped him here and there. And I'm pleased to inform you all that it is pretty much like 99.9% finished. There's just one thing about it that hasn't been taken care of, folks, and that is, unfortunately, folks, we are unable to get like a noise suppression filter on it. We've tried, and it unfortunately doesn't work. So,
I did.
You did?
I added the filters to the noise suppression. It's built into the code.
Okay, I did not know that.
In the code, yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. Basically, folks, you heard it right there. We pretty much fixed it, so you're going to see that app a little later on. Also, folks, in my spare time, I have also been working on basically reviving some of the older StormOS apps. Like, for example, you all may remember the translator and the journal app and all that. I have basically revived some of those little projects. I have them stored on a private GitLab repository that I can easily access at any given time. And basically, folks, while they won't be integrated into the ISO, not right now, we may end up adding some of the older StormOS apps in the far future. Just not right now. We think that basically the main app to add currently is the recorder, and that's the one we've been focusing on. But if you all want to see the rest of the StormOS apps, just feel free to let us know, and we may make a future video explaining to you all what the other apps do. Because trust me, Red here has made a lot more than what you guys are going to see. It's pretty amazing.
I think about 30 apps. I have 25 to 30 apps I've created over the time.
Yeah, 25 to 30. That's pretty much it. And here's the thing, folks. One other thing I wanna tell you guys is previously me and Ben we did bring up the idea of an LFS based version of StormOS. Well, unfortunately, folks, I have bad news for you. That idea has fallen through the floor. Me and Ben, off and on over time, have tried desperately hard to get that going. Unfortunately, folks, it just got, too time consuming and all that. So what me and Ben have decided to do is, along with this Arch option, there will be 100% a Gentoo option. And the reason why we've gone back to Gen 2 is Ben here had as a stage 4 backup that he recently located. We're going to be using that, and just letting you know, folks, the theming and stuff that you're going to see here in the Arch version, a lot of that can actually translate over to the Gen 2 version. It's just there will be a few caveats and a few little changes with the theming, but most of it will be pretty much the same. Like the little wolf icon here and all that, that'll pretty much be the same.
Exactly.
And the cool thing, folks, is the Koger icon theme and the Arc Black Ice theme. Gen 2 actually has a way to get those as well. So a lot of the theming that you're going to see here today, folks, will translate over to the Gen 2 version. And also, folks, another thing about the Gen 2 version is what's going to make the Gen 2 version a lot easier for me and Ben and Seeker to work on is over the last year or so, Gen 2 has made it publicly known that they will be doing binary packages, which when we heard the news around December of 2023, me and Ben were so happy to hear that. Like, we literally were screaming with joy. We were so excited that at long last, Gen 2 users finally have a way to get packages more efficiently and more easily. Now, not all of the Gen 2 packages will be binaries, unfortunately. There are certain things that can't be a binary, but I would have to say, if I had to put an estimation, about 50% of the basic and common packages will be binaries eventually. It's just going to take the Gen 2 devs a very long time to get that sorted out. Am I right, Ben?
Yeah, there's, for example, Chromium. It's just going to take it a little bit longer. I don't know how soon, but I'll be keeping an eye on it.
Yeah, I mean, once we know something about Chromium being a binary, folks, trust me, I may do an impromptu, Linux report on it just to get the information out there. So I will end up doing that anyway, because that's going to be major news. Speaking of news, folks, a little bit of news that I want to inform you all about is anybody here in this room familiar with SUSE Enterprise Linux?
Barely.
Basically, SUSE Enterprise Linux is an enterprise Linux distribution, and they also make OpenSUSE. That's that company. Well, they recently announced in a news bulletin, folks, that they are going to be offering 19 years of support through updates for OpenSUSE and SUSE Linux Enterprise Linux. 19 years of updates. That is amazing.
Yeah, it is.
Unfortunately, while Chromebooks basically have only 10 years, SUSE Enterprise is going to have 19 years of update support. So that's good. That's good. But anyway, folks, as you can see, Calamar is finished, so we're going to reboot. So let's give that a few minutes. All right. And
okay,
what we're going to
so Ricky, I found until Chromium gives us a binary,
Uh-huh.
I found ways that we can improve the compiling on the Gen 2 Reddit page.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so I'll be looking into that tonight after I go out.
Yeah. Okay, folks. Let me just make sure. Yep. Perfect. Everything looks fine. I was just making sure the stream was okay. Anyway, we're going to type in the super secret password, and we are now in StormOS, folks. Well, in a minute after after it loads up, of course. Just give it a minute, folks. It's a little on the slow side, folks. Don't worry.
And there we are.
Okay, now just Now, what I want to do, folks, is I just want to minimize it and maximize. That's more like it. That's what I like to see.
Now we've got the full screen.
So, basically, folks, this is the inside of our distro. As you can see, it looks really simplistic, and it's also very appealing, too.
Yeah.
So right now, let's go through the programs first. So, as you can see, we got favorites here. Basically, not much here. It's your basic stuff. Right here in recently used, we pretty much got a couple things here. We got window manager tweaks and all that. We are using Octopi. Octopi is, for those who don't know, is essentially the arch equivalent to Synaptic. It's pretty much the same thing. We also got here all applications, so you can all go here. And by the way, folks, we did include Belina Etcher into our ISO, so if you need a way to burn USBs and all that stuff, there you go.
We were planning on including Minstick, guys, but we already had enough stuff in there. We just said,
Yeah.
We're keeping it minimal, guys. That's the reason why you don't see so many packages or even most of my programs, because we're minimized.
Exactly.
The most important ones we wanted to showcase.
As you can see, folks, we got Chromium here. That's the default going forward. We used to do Firefox, but you know, Mozilla has been doing crazy stuff to Firefox, and we decided we're not taking none of that anymore, so we decided to go back to good old Chromium, which, by the way, folks, in Chromium's recent update, Google has made Chromium so much better. It's faster, it performs better. In my honest opinion, folks, this could be the best version of Chromium to date. It's a lot better than previous versions.
Yeah.
And also, folks, we got the GNOME disk utility if you need to do some disk work. We also got printer driver support, people. Woohoo!
Yeah, so we'll do that shortly.
Yep. We got HP Device Manager, so if for all HP printer lovers out there, that's for you. Let's bring up HTOP for a minute. So right now we're using 512 megabytes out of 572 gigabytes. That's not too bad. That's pretty good. Now back to the applications, folks. We got Bluetooth. We got other things here as well. The normal XFC stuff. You also got the we also got the firewall in here in case you guys want to use a firewall. We also got Kavata Manager if you want to do a little bit of tweaking and tweaking the settings and beaming. We also got MPV. We got nodes. And also, for people that uses an NVIDIA card, we got the NVIDIA X server settings in here. And right here, folks, this is Octopi. Now, like I said, Octopi is pretty much the Arch version of Synaptic. So we're just going to click on it here. Oh,
Sudo pacman tac capital SY, and then reload it.
okay.
We would have that already set up, folks, but we just couldn't find a way to do that.
Exactly, but
Put it as an auto script run.
Alright, let's do a sudo pacman SYYU, and we're just going to load all that.
Yeah, so folks, if you do choose to download this and give it a test drive, please ensure that when you first install it, do a sudo pacman SYY, just in case.
Alright, now we're going to try Octopi again, and there we go. Here's Octopi, folks, and it's going to load up all nice. Perfect. So, folks, this is Octopi. There's really not much to talk about here. It's just like Synaptic. You can search up packages. You can search different categories and groups here. There's really not much else to really talk about. It's just Octopi at its best. It's a small, tiny application. I mean, me and the team thought that Octopi would be a better fit than Pomok because recently, and we don't know why, but Pomok has been breaking a lot. So until basically Pomok is fixed, or at least permanently, Octopi is here to stay. So, and just let you know, folks, this is the latest version of Octopi. This is 0.6.2. And also, if you click Help, you'll see a donate button here. You can donate to the developers of Octopi, just to keep the lights on and basically keep this application on. Because as I always say, folks, please support your software developers and please support the continuation of the free and open source software movement. Thank you.
Yeah, and also that goes for us guys. We can't. We need donations to keep this distro alive. So if you can please look into that, we will have sources for that in the description later on.
Exactly. So basically, that's pretty much Octopi in a nutshell. So Octopi, you may go now. So what we're going to do next is continue browsing through the application suite here. So we're just going to go down a little further. So we got Osmo, we got Parole, we got your printer settings here. We also got some video utilities here. We got the Risotto image viewer, which is common with XFCE. We also got pretty much this here. Now, right here, folks, this is the StormOS kernel manager. This is a brand new application that we're currently developing. It doesn't work currently, but we are going to work on it at some point in time, just not currently right now. So just letting you know, if you see this, folks, I cannot stress this enough. It does not work. Don't click on it because it's not going to work at the moment. But right here, folks, this is the one thing I want to show you all. This was one of the very first things the team and I ever worked on. This is the StormOS Utilities program. This is one of our oldest programs here. We worked on this thing a number of years ago, and this is the final version of it. We have really no intentions of improving it any further because it's good the way it is. So right here, folks, you pretty much have a lot of steps here. It's very similar to what EndeavourOS does with their little tool, because just like with them, you have refresh mirrors, updates, all that sort of stuff. I'm not going to go into full detail. You also got game-related stuff here. You also got printer stuff. And then you have a few links right here in the About Us. You also got Arch documentation and stuff here, along with all these other tabs here. So that's pretty much this program in a nutshell. Then the next thing, folks, let's see. So right here we're gonna get to the thing you guys have been waiting for. We've been saying we've said in the saloon recently that we've been developing a recorder for you all, and we want to show it off right now. So I'm gonna click it. So this is the current application that we've been working on. It's pretty much the StormOS recorder, made by our buddy Seeker/Red. So Red, if you would please, you wanna tell the audience about this.
Basically, guys, in a nutshell, it's an FFmpeg front end. It runs off of FFmpeg, and it was originally designed by me to just be a journaling program, just to actually help a person who has going through depression, like most of the human beings I'm aware of. It grew from there. So what you do, if you want to demonstrate, you just go through the settings, pick your audio, primary or secondary.
Okay, I think what we'll do just for this, and we'll do that. And then, folks, what we do is we go to control. Now, this is what the control stuff looks like. Now, the thing about virtual machines is, unfortunately, we can't do really webcam that well in VM, so I ain't gonna attempt that. But as you can see here, we got all your webcam settings right here. It's very simple. And right here we have the About Us. This right here is everybody who's contributed to the project. This is the entire team here. And also there's a few notes right here as well, just to let you guys know. So what I'm going to do, folks, is I'm just going to press record just for a few seconds. And as you can see, folks, it pretty much goes. So I'm going to give it about until once it reaches about 15 seconds, and then we'll stop the footage.
And we'll show you another aspect of the program.
Yeah. Now what we're going to do is click on Recent.
Yeah. Program.
Now, just letting you know, folks, you won't really be able to hear any audio through this, unfortunately, but As you can see, it does work to an extent.
Yeah.
So there you go. So, but here's the thing, folks. There's another aspect of this program that you may not know.
Two
We
aspects.
well, two aspects. One aspect is this system tray here.
Mhm.
So there's a lot you can do with this little tray here. I mean, it looks nice, it feels nice, but what you can do is you can basically, enable a timer if you want to. So timer's enabled.
You can
Then
record for a
the
certain amount of time, all the way up to 23 hours, almost 24 hours.
exactly. So we can basically choose up to 24. But
Okay.
say we could do 5. We can do 5.
Yeah.
It basically depends. So we're just gonna turn that off for now. The next thing I want to show you all is right here. You can adjust the recording area. You can select your active window as well. You can adjust camera position, refresh windows. You can also adjust your output format. There's free options. There's MKV, MP4, and WebM format.
Well,
Now,
that is
what?
working,
Now,
working
now,
wonders.
now, WebM format, folks, is experimental. I do not recommend it, at least not right yet. But MP4 and MKV do work perfectly. Right here we got AAC, MP3, and Opus. There's also audio input configuration. There's either primary or secondary. Primary is usually the speakers, and secondary is usually the microphone. There is a both button right there, but that's experimental, at least for right now. We're trying to get that to work, so it's just going to take us a bit more time. Right down here, you can adjust the custom region. Oh, well.
Probably it's not the program is
Uh,
probably not installed.
yeah. Anyway, folks, moving on. You also got a journal program here that normally would work if VirtualBox had better connectivity webcam. So we're not gonna bother doing that. There is a record button here, so you can pause and stop and play recording from right here. And you also got the recent video button here. And right here we have the About Us button, which right there's a much more condensed about section of the project. And as you can see here, there all credits go to the StormOS team, every single one of us. And is there anything else that needs to be pointed out, Red?
Just highlight the tray. Just highlight on top of the tray. Don't click it, and watch what happens. There you go. You saw the tooltip?
Yeah, I did.
The tooltip, guys, is dynamic information being updated every second. So if it's recording, you can see it. Instead of pulling up the main menu from the tray, all
Mm-hmm.
that information is right at your hand, right at the tip of your hands there, tip of the finger. You see
Mm-hmm.
all the information, including the recording, the time set, the webcam overlay, once you get the webcam over there, camera, different selections, all that
Exactly.
general information.
Exactly. And that's how simple it is to use this app. It's a very simple app. It's taken a lot of time for us to get it to a stable version. I'm pleased to
Oh yeah.
announce, folks, that this app is stabilized to the point to where it can actually be used now. So, it will be available in a later version of the ISO once we push out the very first public full release.
Yeah.
So, all right, Mr. Recorder, your time is up now. Okay, the next thing I want to go over, folks, is basically what you have right here on the bar. So this is a normal XFCE bar. There's really nothing to see here, but I want to bring up the terminal for just a minute. So this is our little NeoFetch. Now, yes, we know NeoFetch is deprecated. We know that, but there are alternatives out there that we are going to be looking into at some point in time, just not now.
No.
I mean, one alternative that we know of is called Fast Fetch, which is basically just NeoFetch but faster. There's also P Fetch and there's also a few others. But once again, at least for now, we're just sticking with NeoFetch at this time. But as you can see here, this is all the information that you guys normally see, and when you have this type of setup, I mean, you got your latest kernel, your uptime, yada 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 yada. There's really nothing to say here. And also, folks, if you don't like the wallpaper you have in front of you, don't worry. There are other wallpapers that you can choose from, such as basically ourselves. Since we're huge Star Wars fan, we'll just put Mr. Stormtrooper up.
That one does actually look pretty good.
Yeah. And also another change that we made, folks, is I know in the past we had the StormOS logo as our little whisker menu icon, but we decided to go with the wolf this time around. It's a really nice.
Kudos to our buddy Arch Penguin for helping us with that.
Yes, shout out to Arch Penguin, a wonderful human being and a very good contributor to the project. Thank you guys so much. Everybody else who's helped us along the way, we just want to say thank you. Thank you for helping us get to this point. Thank you. But anyway, folks, it's basically just the normal whisker menu. No really changes. Not really at all. This is what Funar looks like, folks. Simple Funar. And other than that, I mean, there's really not much else to talk about. Ben, do you want to chime in for a minute?
Basically just to say, kudos to these guys, if it wasn't for Red and Ricky, I wouldn't be, I would be a one-man band, and this project would probably not have gotten where the heck it is today. So,
Yep.
I'm very grateful for them and to all our contributors, again, Arch Penguin and
Yep.
all the folks over the years that have, helped us, my buddy TJ, and, just, too many to freaking name, but,
Yep.
of course, Dark Zero, he's been a contributor off and on, and, my buddy Silent Robot, just a lot of good people out there, and, as our buddy, Dennis from Live Home and Linux Journeys. Shout out to you, brother. You've been a good reviewer of this. Tom from Switch to Linux, he's been a good reviewer of this. And, Backyard Tech, a good number of people have looked at this throughout the years. And, and we've had a lot of good reviewers, good contributing, everything. So we hope you guys will check this out. We'll leave a link down below to check out the beta, and we appreciate your feedback and etc. Like we said, we'll be back in a month's time and ready to pound out the next version for you guys to look at.
Yep.
So keep out for that and keep arching on, baby.
Yep. Also, hello, Hank. Long time no see, old buddy.
Good to see you, Hank. Glad to see you checking us out as we're ending. But
I didn't even see Fishman there. Let me bring him in here.
Oh boy, here comes the Fishman.
Hey, Fish.
Yo, Fish.
Hey, Fish.
Hi.
Hey, Fish.
Our team is here.
Yep. So what you see, folks, this is the entire StormOS team. This is our buddy
All
Fishman.
4 of us, baby.
Hang on a sec.
All right.
Okay, so other than that, folks, I mean, this is it. This is the public unveiling. We will leave a link down in the description bar below for you all to try StormOS. And also, I will be sending a link to the ISO to Tom from Switch to Linux, and we're going to be sending this out to a myriad of other people over time. And we're going to be getting a lot of feedback because of you all, and that's what's going to help us get the next ISO done. So it's up to you guys now, and the feedback is going to be much appreciated.
And Fish, is there anything you wanted to say before we get out of here?
Do what?
Is there anything you wanted to add to the show before we head out of here?
No. Except if you don't try it out, how you know if it's not going to work for your system or not.
Yes, and
And
Fish
also,
here.
it won't work on 32-bit systems, which some people
No,
still
no, this
use
is a
today.
64-bit ISO strictly, guys. So
Right.
any legacy
Yeah.
machines out there,
Yeah.
you know,
The Fireworks and regular
yeah,
USS.
it works on a BIOS 64-bit machine, but
And the
32-bit, like he said, no,
No.
that's not gonna work for you.
Now, when it comes to 32-bit versions, folks, if you're looking for a 32-bit version of Arch, there are a couple Arch distributions out there that still support 32-bit. There's even a community Arch 32-bit version out there. I know that for a fact.
Yeah,
So,
Arch
but
32.
exactly. So other than that, folks, this is it. This is our baby, StormOS. We will be pretty much leaving a link down in the description bar below for you all to try it out, give your feedback. But other than that, folks, I think it's as good as time ever to wrap this thing on up here. I thank you all so much for watching, so much for coming. If you enjoy these live streams just as much as we all do, then smash that like button, ring-a-ding that notification bell, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Just letting you all know, me and Ben will be on the Linux Saloon this weekend to give an update as well, because there may be more information that may come out even after this is long and done. So, hold your horses, folks. More stuff is going to come down the pipeline. Also, once again, we will leave a link in the description bar below for our current ISO for you all to try out. So, anyway, folks, we're going to head up on out of here. Thank you all so much for watching, so much for coming, and until next time, this is Yu-Gi-Oh! Master 88 saying see you later. Have a good night, everybody. See you at the saloon this weekend.
Catch you then.